What's going on with it? Y'all already know who it is and what it is. We got a lot to talk about, man, because it's just a whole lot of shit that's going on right now, man. If you don't know, Big Meech has been pretty much put out to be a snitch at this point because of 50 Cent ended up getting upset and saying that Big Meech is a snitch. That's just basically what happened. I don't really want to go all the way into it, but we can give it just a little bit. Basically, Big Meech ended up getting out of prison. Once he sat up there and got out of prison, he sat up there, man, and took a photo with 50 Cent, and everything was cool. But the thing is that, you know, here's the thing: BMF, that whole shit. Lil Meech got paid for that. Big Meech never did get paid for that. Okay, of course they probably sent him some sandwiches and put some shit on his book so he can get some snacks and shit like that. Some what they call them, zoom zooms and wham whams and shit like that, bro. He was able to get a nutty buddy and some chips and some shit like that. But he didn't get out with money because of what 50 Cent did with the show. In fact, 50 Cent paid Lil Meech, and that was pretty much that on that. Big Meech never got paid for his story. Y'all over here talking about some shit that he did. He didn't even get paid for this shit. And whenever he got out, took this picture with you, you didn't have a dime for him because you've already paid his son. So with that being said, Big Meech went on about his damn business. And it wasn't so much that he hated you. He just went on about his business. Hell, he didn't know that you and Ross was beefing like that. This is somebody that's been locked up for damn near 20 years, bro. So he could give a damn about you and Ross beef whenever he's broke as hell. I don't think this is anything that he was thinking about. Okay. 50 Cent does not know Meech. He never knew him. He was just, he was just fascinated by this nigga's story and shit like that. He don't know Meech. He knows Lil Meech. He doesn't know Big Meech at all. Never really met this nigga. Started doing a show on a nigga he really didn't know. Because if he knew him, then obviously he would have known that, Big Meech was the type of person to go over there and take a picture and hang out with Rick Ross. But because they did not know each other, Big Meech did not owe 50 Cent any loyalty. And then it didn't. And whenever he took the picture with Rick Ross, he wasn't even thinking about anything about loyalty. He wasn't even thinking that 50 Cent would be upset. You know what I'm saying? Because he is not in tune with everything that's going on because he's been locked up. 50 Cent gets upset and exposes Lil Meech or exposes Big Meech to be a snitch. But if Big Meech would have never taken that photo with Rick Ross, it would have never came out that Big Meech was a snitch. That just would have never came out. Niggas wouldn't even be doing all that. Now, 1090 Jake ended up sitting up there doing him a little video on Big Meech and things like that to kind of, give people a story on it and things like that, right? He tried that. And in my honest opinion, bro, that shit wasn't enough to paint Big Meech as a snitch, bro. It just wasn't enough to paint him as a snitch. Now we can listen. Let's just listen in on this real quick, bro. It just wasn't enough. Okay, so this is something that she went up in there and did. She wanted to sit up there and become an informant, and her whole reason for doing it is to sit up there and help Big Meech. I don't know if he was fucking her. I don't know if he, I don't know what they had going on. Obviously, I think that he was fucking this bitch. Okay, I think that he's already sat up there and been all up inside this bitch. That's just what I think, and I think that she was trying to do anything to help him. I have no idea with that, but this is something that she went and did. Mind you, this whole time that this is going on and she's becoming an informant and all this type of shit, Big Meech is locked up doing his own thing and just taking care of this time that he has, right? That's basically what's going on. He's taking care of the time that he having to do. She's out here becoming informants and shit. So she said she was gonna sit up there and target Hispanics and blacks and all this type of shit in return for, Big Meech to have a lighter sentence. So she's over here trying to do a job, bro. Now, when she does this and she becomes an informant, a lot of the shit ended up hitting the fan, but Big Meech did not know about all of the shit that ended up hitting the fan. But the bitch ended up trying to sit up there and go visit Big Meech and let him know that pretty much, it was going to look like she was an informant. It was going to look like she was a snitch, right? That's what she tried to get up to the prison and let him know. But the guards and the people, they would not let her back. They wouldn't let her see him. So now he still don't know that this bitch is a whole informant and that she's doing work behind closed doors. When she finally sits up there and talks to him, she's trying to talk to him in a way that it looks like she's not a snitch. What Big Meech tells her is, I just don't want my name in that. Yeah, just whatever you got going, whatever, I don't want my name in this. Now we've already pretty much looked at Big Meech and we've listened to him, and we could pretty much tell that he's not the type of motherfucker that's just all the way there with understanding what's going on with what even she's probably talking about in this whole case with other niggas that she's taking down. He just told her, like any real street nigga would have told her, I don't want my name in that. Someone ends up, eventually someone ends up getting taken down, and it looks like Big Meech has something to do with this. However, it was never said, not one time did 1090 Jake say that Big Meech knew, you know what I'm saying, about her being an informant and taking down niggas for him. See what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like shit was being done by this bitch, and it makes it look like Big Meech had something to do with this whole time. He's locked up. The bitch is over there trying to get to the prison to tell him that she didn't damn near turned into an informant, but not really. Trying to make it look good for her. Whole time he's locked up. He didn't have anything to do with this nigga getting locked up, with the other dude getting locked up. That wasn't something that he had anything to do with. Motherfucker like, well, he knew, and he was steady friends with her. It wasn't so much that he was just steady friends with her. Obviously, the friendship stopped somewhere. The friendship, something didn't, something wasn't right. Because why are they not cool? And why has she never given this man back his life rights? Why did she sit up there and sell his life rights to 50 Cent before all of this? Or after the picture was taken, or whenever. 50 Cent is in cooperation with a snitch. 50 Cent is in cooperation with a snitch. 50 Cent is in cooperation with the feds. Big Meech ain't even in cooperation with it. He ain't even talking to this bitch. Man, we gotta look at this shit the way it's supposed to be looked at, bro. Big Meech ain't even in, he don't even talk to this bitch, and she has his life rights. This shit is wild, bro. So he stopped talking to her. Big Meech stopped talking to this woman at some point. He stopped talking to this woman at some point. This is not Big Meech doing any snitching. But they're trying to switch this narrative and paint this picture like he's a snitch. Whole time, this nigga never did snitch. The snitch is the Tammy bitch. Now this nigga is over here trying to get interviews from the bitch. You know what I'm saying? From the snitch. You know what I mean? He's trying to sit up there and do a whole documentary on this snitching ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? That turned on this nigga for his life rights. It's like all of some money shit, bro. Honestly, Big Meech was done terrible in this situation, and that's all that I saw. But we did not get 1090 Jake to say that Big Meech was a snitch. He knew he couldn't say that. You can go sit up there and look at it. You will not see him saying that Big Meech is a snitch. He cannot say that. He is not calling him a rat. If anything, bro, 1090 Jake didn't do nothing but just sit up there and get y'all to look at it for however y'all want to look at it. This is not snitching by Big Meech, bro. In fact, by calling him a snitch, this could probably get your ass killed. I'm telling you right now, bro. By calling him a snitch, this could get you killed. This wasn't snitching on his behalf. The bitch was a snitch. And I need y'all to look at this. You same niggas that are sitting up there talking about how Big Meech was a snitch. Okay, all right, let's just say he was a snitch. Let's just say he snitched. Even though he didn't even snitch, the bitch did. And it's already said and done. The bitch did it, right? You got the bitch name and all of this shit. She's the motherfucker that went to the laws and told him that she wanted to sit up there and do some snitching. To sit up there and help him out. Now, because he's been piping her out, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. He probably was just kind of like, damn, you know, I mean, she's trying to sit up there and help him get out. Now, I don't know if he knew about her sitting up there snitching on niggas, you know what I mean, so that he could get a lesser charge. That was never thrown. That was never thrown in. We don't have confirmation of that. If we had confirmation of that, then we could sit up there and say, well, bro, you sat up there and basically was cool with this bitch, you know what I mean, going and doing this. But we don't have any proof. All we know is that she started snitching, tried to go to prison and tell him that her name was going to be thrown in some shit, and she tried to sit there and make herself look good, but they would not let her see him so that she can do that. Lord knows how much time passed by and how much shit she ended up snitching on and how much shit transpired within the time before she finally sat up there and saw him. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this shit was already done. And then I believe that once he found out that she was a snitch, he stopped talking to her. But then at the same time, because the relationship went sour, it went bad, she still has his life rights. See what I'm saying? See, you can't just be like, some of y'all are dumb. You can't be too stupid if you're trying to get your life rights back. Yeah, you done found out this bitch is a snitch. You're going to have to get your life rights back. You might have to sit up there and play cool with this snitch to get your life rights back. And that's probably what transpired, and the bitch just was never trying to come up off of the damn life rights. We don't know. See, we don't know the full extent of everything. So to be sitting up to call this man a snitch is just wild. All because he sat up there and took a picture with a nigga. All because he was with your enemy and things like that, man. You know what I'm saying? No. Hell no. And how is you so cool with this snitch like that? You know what I'm saying? How was you? Ain't you the same nigga that was trying to sit up there and do a whole documentary with Diddy? I mean about Diddy, and going to go get people that are basically testifying, you know what I'm saying, against Diddy. Your black ass is about to sit up there and bring this shit to Netflix. I remember all of this. I be sitting back like, how is this gangster? Or how is this street? How do niggas get to work and do business with snitches, but they not police though? I don't be understanding that. That part is the only part that I don't understand. So please get in the comment section, please, and let me know, because you know what I mean, I'm just a square and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see how you can do business with snitches. You know what I mean? Be whole ass cool with snitches on some high key. We finna sit up there and drop this interview. You know what I'm saying? And everything. Like, how is you so cool with this bitch? You know what I'm saying? Dead homies, bro. Like, so, no, I can't sit up there, bro, and mark Big Meech off as a snitch, bro. I just can't do that. just with what we've been thrown out with, I can't call him a snitch. 1090 Jake can't call him a snitch. He really in these streets. He really know what's up. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even call him a snitch. You know what I mean? Because there's some consequences and repercussions that can come with that. That's why. Now the real street niggas and looked into this, and they, niggas that got some type of level of intelligence, bro, they gonna look at this shit like, I don't know, bro, because we don't have complete confirmation that this nigga knew that this bitch was snitching. What happened when you finally talked to this bitch? What do you mean, Marek? What I mean is, what did she tell Big Meech whenever she finally saw Big Meech? Did she tell him that she was working with them people? Because just going off of what 1090 Jake said, she was trying to sit up there and make it seem like she didn't have nothing to do with anything. And that was the whole reason for her trying to see him. See what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like shit just ain't making sense. I understand the other guy got locked up. He got his 26 years or however many years he ended up getting. And it made it look like a third-party snitching that was done. Third-party snitching means is that basically Big Meech had something to do with this. But if this bitch turned informant and the whole nine, did all of this type of shit, bro, and this isn't something that was even orchestrated by Big Meech, and you can't prove that this was orchestrated by Big Meech. Now you calling this nigga a snitch, you know what I'm saying? And you don't really have real proof that this guy snitched. If there was real proof that this guy snitched, I'm telling you, bro, 1090 Jake would tell you guys that this nigga is a snitch. There's a lot of niggas that they just can't call him a snitch. They can't do it. They looked at it. Some niggas, bro, they played that motherfucking video a million times. And they still can't sit up and call this guy a snitch. So yeah, it wasn't enough. Now to sit up there and have this guy's life rights, I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, but still and yet we know who Big Meech is. So you can have all life rights and stuff like that, but this nigga can just tell you based on his first and last name, first name, middle name, and last name, this is his life story about this person. You know what I'm saying? So we can just do away with the whole Big Meech name. You know what I'm saying? You can throw that in the trash if you like. But you can never take his name. You know what I'm saying? His government name. He can sit up there and talk about things on the behalf of his government name. We can do away with the whole Big Meech shit. You know what I'm saying? Since you want to sit up there and buy all the BMF things, you know what? That's fine too. You know what I mean? Because I'm not about to sit up there and fight with you niggas. You know what I mean? Keep it. Niggas know what I am and what I did. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't got to sit up there and do all that. Motherfuckers know where the real at. You can sit up there and come up with whatever false stories you want to do. You know what I mean? That's fine. But when you got the man out of prison, fuck a life right. There's other ways to sit up there and get to that bag. Okay. And one thing about Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, they know this. You know, these are just some things that, you know what I mean, they know. I know for sure Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? He knows something, okay? And that's just what it is. Niggas is about to sit up there, man, and come together. It wasn't enough. We was waiting. I was listening. Trust me, bro. I listened to the 1090 Jake shit. I listened to it. We was waiting. I was just waiting. Like, where is it? I was waiting on a bombshell. I think everybody was waiting on this big bombshell. Like, the Big Meech sat up there, you know what I'm saying, and then told the cops, da-da-da-da-da. We never got that. All we saw was how this bitch did this. And it pretty much made it look like da-da-da-da-da. See what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Y'all got to get in the comment section with this shit, man. And whenever and look, when you have to sit up there and do all of this, it's like a big debate on if a motherfucker's a snitch or not and all this type of stuff. And you got to do all that type of stuff, man. Y'all better not be sitting there get caught around the wrong motherfucker calling nobody no snitch when you got it when it's that type of situation. Cause you got niggas that saying he wasn't, and you got niggas that because they fuck with 50 Cent and all that type of shit, you got a whole lot of niggas that ain't street, they just squares. You know what I'm saying? Ain't street, don't know nothing, ain't got nothing, they ain't got a street bone in their body. You know what I'm saying? That are sitting up there talking about how Big Meech and Snitch all because they like 50. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to get this shit from a full street perspective of niggas that don't really too much care for neither one of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just what real is. And me personally, I'm not gonna say I don't care for these niggas, but I just do not know these people. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the only thing I could do is just go off of what I heard and saw. You know what I'm saying? And what I heard and saw after listening to everything, I've concluded that yes, I can't really too much call Meech or Snitch. I feel well, we need some more. Like, is there anything else? Like, did y'all leave anything out? Because based on what I've just sat there and listened to, look like the bitch did all this. For real, bro. But I don't know, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know. Till then, man, I'm out.